All right, fellas, I'm going to try to take my fandom out of this, but I have not necessarily been a John Mateer stan since he came to Oklahoma. I've thought he was really good. There's a lot of things to like about him, but over the last week, I think I have talked myself into that John Mateer is exactly what Oklahoma needs to get this ship righted.
Let's get this started off right. Boomer! 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 Texas! Yeah. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm not a freshman, obviously, but I am new here just like y'all, and this Saturday is going to be my first time actually at a game here. Now, either y'all better lose y'all voice and everything, because we're going to be in that end zone and that end zone a whole lot. This is the start of the best time of your life. And you don't realize it yet. Looking back, I was a freshman, obviously wasn't here, but you're going to meet your best friends and you're going to meet the people you hang out with for the rest of your life. So take advantage of it. Obviously, pay attention in school. It matters. Appreciate y'all. Boomer.
That's the guy, man. This is a guy we need in Norman, Oklahoma, man. I'm here for this.
And he's a captain already, right? Didn't they announce he was a captain? Pretty sure.
Yeah. I mean,
he gives captain vibes.
On Monday, I believe.
If that was the guy lining up at Ohio State this year, would you not? I mean, I know you love your quarter, but would you not be like all in?
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, John Mateer, not only is he like a great vocal leader, as we're seeing, he stepped on campus, it seems like day one, and just took on the role as I'm the quarterback of the Oklahoma Sooners, and has just really lived in that. But also, he's incredibly talented at the sport of football. Like, the dude he's special. And that's one of the things where I've just been kind of confused and bewildered a little bit by some of the preseason takes on OU this season. I understand that they have a tough schedule ahead of them. You know, I understand that they play in the greatest college football conference on the face of the planet or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, come on, this is Oklahoma. This isn't one of the schools that isn't consistently putting out Heisman Trophy winners and college football playoff appearances and, you know, national championships without having to claim them on a random Tuesday morning. Like, this is a guy who is a great football player. So yeah, when I saw that video pop up, I was like, oh my God, we got to react to this on the show, because that was so cool. Like, he's a first year at OU, but he's not a freshman. And I think the way that he kind of led that little pep rally is kind of going to be probably a microcosm of what OU's season's going to look like this year. He's not a freshman. He's a first-year quarterback at OU, but he's going to be able to lead that team to success this year. I truly believe. I've never been more in on OU. I've never been higher on OU going into the season until I saw that video.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at his career, 239 completions on 366 attempts, 3,400 yards, 32 passing touchdowns, only 8 interceptions, 203 carries for a little bit under 1,000 yards with 18 rushing touchdowns. I don't care if you play in the Sun Belt. That is so much offensive production. And initially at the beginning of the year, there were some people that were like, you know, oh, this is the guy. And then it seems like as we got through the summer, people were like, oh, well, he played at Washington State. And Steven, I get that we're both in the SEC. I am so sick and tired of SEC fans acting like that this conference isn't run by basically the top 4 or 5 teams, and the rest of the conference is no different than the middle and rest of every other conference.
Yeah.
For now, I think NIL, obviously, in the trade portal is going to shake that up. Oklahoma is going to shake some things up. I firmly believe this year, I think the next 3 years, as they start to get more adjusted, they're starting to play more teams in the SEC to get a feel for things. They got Jim Nagy there. They did a great job beefing up the backfield. The defense is studs. The O-line is stud. John Mateer, I just saw, I think, was made a captain Monday. Everything's heading in the right direction. And despite what happens, I think with this season, which I think they're going to do very well, this is a tough schedule, and I think it's only going to set them up, and it's just good conditioning in the next couple of years as they embrace the SEC and as the SEC embraces them. They could win the whole SEC this year. I mean, like you were saying, some of his stats earlier, John Mateer was just shy. Let's go ahead and call it 4,000 total yards passing last year. I think it was 3,986. One of my favorite quotes that he said recently is, quote, "I don't really get into the talk," Mateer said. "I don't listen to it. It's not good for me. It's not good for anybody," end quote. So I don't think he cares what anybody is saying right now about Oklahoma. I don't think he cares what anybody in the SEC has to say. Any naysayers or anybody from any other conferences, no Paul Feinbaum, none of that. They seem very locked in. I've seen some good buzz going on around Oklahoma and John Mateer specifically. There's a couple people I think that thinks that he could be in the running to be a Heisman Trophy winner this year at Oklahoma. So, yeah, it's they're going to be one of my favorite teams to watch as the season goes on.
Yeah, I think I want to adjust. I don't know if I don't remember if I talked about it early on an earlier episode like a month or two ago, but I'm going to put John Mateer as my sleeper for the Heisman this year.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And he's everything a coach who is really coaching, to be on the hot seat.
Yeah.
He's everything that you need. He comes in, he's got a lot of swag, he's got a lot of football under his belt. He's older. And he can grab the reins of a program. I saw him talking about, hey, we're bringing back end zone celebrations. I know with all the transfer portal stuff, it's hard to maybe build team chemistry like you used to be able to do. But hey, man, if somebody scores in the end zone, we're all running down there, the entire offense. We're all running to the end zone and we're all celebrating together. That's the small stuff that may not show up in the X's and O's. It may not show up in the box scores, but that's the stuff that when you're in a close ball game in the middle of the year and you really need your offense to step up and do something, when the guy running in the huddle has been setting the tone for the entire offense and he's not only embracing the success of the entire team, but he's taking pride in helping those around him be better players, that those guys go, hey, man, we got a stud at quarterback. We know he's going to make the right calls. All I got to do is do my job.
Yeah.
Instead of, and I'm not talking about any team in particular, but you look over at UCLA, they got Nico at quarterback. I mean, he walks into a huddle. Are you really all that sold on it with all the baggage he's got? I mean, this happens. This is what happens when quarterbacks and players are moving around all the time. Is, do you believe that a guy is here for winning, or do you believe he's here for the money? Well, Mateer is not here for the money because we were not the school that offered him the most NIL to get him. He's here because he wants to win football games. He wants to be able to play in the SEC, and he wants to play in a school that's going to put him in the best position to maybe make a run at the NFL. And, and this last thing I'll say about it, I have literally had people send me, I want to come to your house and beat you DMs on social media, Texas fans upset at me. Here's I have said this over and over and over to SEC fans. We didn't start playing football 2 years ago. I know this is shocking, but what I don't like is SEC fans are making Oklahoma a victim of its own success in the conference they played in previously. Like, well, look how Oklahoma just, boat raced everybody in the Big 12. That ain't our fault.
The favorite to win the SEC was in the Big 12 2 years ago with Oklahoma.
And we didn't have any problems beating them. And we beat them on some years where we were not favored. We would go down to Dallas and beat them. So I think some people need to probably, if you're a young college football fan, you may need to do some digging on college football history and realize who Oklahoma is. They have outside of Ohio State and Alabama, they have the deepest college football tradition in the history of the sport. In a place that should not be able to recruit, in a state that everyone flies over, and some people on the coast probably can't point out on a map. There's no reason why Norman, Oklahoma should be able to churn out NFL talent the way that it does, Heisman trophies the way that it does, and national championships the way that they have. None of it makes sense. So something's got to be that some people like Bud Wilkinson, Barry Switzer, and guys put a lot of work in to build a college football tradition that people want to play for. And I'm sorry if it hurts your feeling, Texas fans, because this is the number one comment I got. Well, they win a lot with talent coming out of the state of Texas. Okay, then y'all suck at recruiting.
Yeah, keep your guys in your state.
Yeah, you guys bring in quarterbacks at the University of Texas who you could have recruited the same guy. Kyler Murray's from Texas. No, best quarterback to ever be in the high school level at Texas. He didn't stay at A&M. Not our fault that you guys can't hold on to in-state talent. And nothing to do with us. Because we don't have great high school football. We got Josh Jacobs. That's the best claim to fame that we've got outside of Sam Bradford, who played at Putnam City High School. I'm sorry. It's not our fault that we are good. And I'm sorry that breaks people's hearts. But I just don't think there's any chance. I just don't think there's any chance they don't have a good season this year with that kid playing quarterback.